مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear students of grade 10, welcome again. This video is a preparation, a primer for the midterm test. الفيديو هذا شباب تهيئة ومحاولة انكم تتعودوا على نسق الامتحان، امتحان منتصف الفصل الأول. Remember to ask help from your creator. تذكر تطلب العون من ربك اللي خلقك. توكل على الله، شد حيلك. Do your best. Remember your prophet. ما زلنا ننصر الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. And don't forget that the first verse of the Holy Quran أو الآية من القرآن الكريم كانت اقرأ باسم ربك. And to your test. There are some sections. The first one is the speaking and the language function. المحادثات والوظائف اللغوية. The second is a reading comprehension text. نص قراءة مع أسئلة على فهم النص. A vocabulary part الكلمات والتعابير. A grammar part القواعد والأزمنة وما إلى ذلك. And the last one is a writing كتابة فقرة. So let's start from the very beginning. Speaking and language functions. You'll find what you need in page 75 and 137. اللي تحتاجه للجزء هذا موجود في الصفحة 75 و 137. So let's start from the very beginning and try to accomplish this task. So you are asked to read the following situation, a situation, مشهد, and you have choices that matches this situation. عندك اقتراحات أو اختيارات، واحدة منهم بس تناسب هذا المشهد. So your grandfather asked you about your future plans and ambitions. Do you remember this? لا والله ما تتذكره. شفنا dreams, goals and ambitions. We have studied dreams, goals and ambitions, which are الأحلام والأهداف والطموحات والخطط. It's found in your student's book in page 75. موجودة في كتابك، كتاب الطالب، صفحة 75. So you are asked to find one of these expressions or phrases or statements in the options. تدوروا واحدة من التعابير هذه في الاقتراحات أو الاختيارات المطلوبة. I want to, I'd like to, I'm planning to, I'm going to, I'm thinking of, I'm hoping to, as soon as I finish, I will be, my dream has always been, and the like. So if we go back to the task, إذا رجعنا للتمرين اللي عنا. So we have being a doctor is interesting. I'm thinking of studying medicine. Let's start by talking about the study of medicine. And you may be true, but I don't like to study medicine. أي واحدة من هذم يا شباب موجودة في الليست هذه عنا؟ Yes, it's clear. It's B. I am thinking of studying medicine. So one of the possible answers or matching statement with plans and ambitions is the expression I'm thinking of studying medicine. لما تتكلم على طموحاتك وأحلامك، واحدة من التعابير الممكنة هي I am thinking of studying medicine. To the second example, another situation مشهد ثاني and another language function وظيفة لغوية جديدة. Success is a long way that should be achieved step by step. Which of the following best opens a discussion about the statement above? Let's read the options first. I totally disagree with it. So you think that we should plan for it? First, we need to discuss the first step towards success. And very true, but there are so many people who just succeeded. طيب نعم سؤالك حبيبي. وين درسنا opening a discussion؟ I oriented you to page 137. قلت لك الوظائف اللغوية speaking موجودة في صفحة 137. Where? Open your eyes. Open your eyes and focus. So we open a discussion. نفتح باب نقاش using one of the expressions below. نستعمل واحدة من التعابير هذه. Like, to begin with, first we need to discuss. Let's start by talking or thinking about the important thing here is the main thing we need to discuss is. أي واحدة شباب من هذا موجودة في الاقتراحات عنا؟ Yes, excellent. First we need to discuss. The first step towards success. In addition, إضافة إلى ذلك شباب حاولوا دايما تركزوا. Here we have the word discussion. And here we have the verb discuss. Discussion and discuss. So you can match between them. هذا بالنسبة للجزء الأول. نقطتين عبارة عن هدية. شباب شدوا حيلكم الله يبارك فيكم وركزوا. So that's to confirm the correct answer. The second section is a reading comprehension task. نص معه أسئلة and it is a source of marks. مصدر للدرجات just because you bring nothing with you. كل حاجة موجودة عندكم يا شباب الأسئلة والنص. So you are asked to read the task and then answer the questions that follow. My first question شباب before doing this. سؤالي الأول قبل ما نبدأ هذا. Will you start with the questions or the text؟ هل راح تبدأ بالأسئلة أم بالنص؟ وهذا طبعا في الرياضيات إذا عندكم نص، في العربية، في التاريخ، في الاجتماعيات، وفي أي مادة عندك نص وعليه أسئلة. So we start with the questions. Let's do it. Another question before carry on. سؤال ثاني يا شباب قبل ما نبدأ. Are you supposed to know the meaning of each word in the questions or in the text؟ هل انك انت مطالب انك تفهم معنى كل كلمة او سواء في النص او في الأسئلة؟ The answer is no. So let's start with question number 3, which is the first about the text. Which of the following could be the best title for the above text؟ أي اقتراح من هذا يناسب أن يكون العنوان المثالي للنص؟ عادة شباب أول سؤال يكون على الفهم العام، على الفكرة العامة، على الموضوع العام، على التوجه العام للنص، وبالإنجليزي نتكلم على the best title, the main topic, the main idea, the main purpose and the like. So we have 4 options. لازم تقروهم بتمعن، لازم تقروهم بحذر، بانتباه. You should read them carefully. So Life of Bill Gates, World Teachers Day, Going Back to School, and Teaching in the Middle East. شباب some tricks، بعض الأساليب اللي تساعدك على تحديد عنوان النص أو المفهوم العام. إذا في من هذه المواضيع تلقاه موجود في فقرة بنفسها، يعني مثلا 3 منهم يتكلموا على الفقرة الثانية، الفقرة الرابعة والفقرة السادسة. الغالب على الظن أنه الاقتراحات هذه ما موضوع النص. في المقابل نفس النظام أحيانا تلقى أنه في 3 اقتراحات ما موجودة أبدا في النص. نفس النظام هذه نستثنيها. So you should pay attention if some paragraphs and only some paragraphs speak about one particular point, so just exclude it. On the other hand, if you find many information which are not mentioned in the text, also exclude them. السؤال الرابع. According to the text, how many children in the world are not in school today? And pay attention يا شباب to those questions with not. حاولوا تنتبهوا للأسئلة اللي فيها not، اللي إجابتنا اللي راح تأخذ عليها درجة هي الإجابة الخطأ عندك أنت. راح تلقى 3 حاجات صح وإجابة واحدة غلط. So you should pay attention. Here شباب you should focus on the question word. أداة الاستفهام. How many we need of course a number. A number of what? Of children in the world, not in one country. في العالم كامل ما في دولة معينة. And which are not in school today. Not in the future, not in the past. Okay? Question 5 and question 6 are CR questions. أسئلة مقالية. You should focus where the information is found. هنا عنا paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. And you should also pay attention to the words found in the questions. So we need 2 advantages of having good teachers for Bill Gates. So we need advantage اللي هو إيجابية. And the second are teacher 1 and teacher 2. You'll focus on paragraph 2. The same with paragraph 3, we want 2 reasons why. سببين. And when we speak about or when we deal with why, the answer is generally after the words like because, to, for, and the like. So reason 1 and reason 2. Let's do it. Pause the video and read the text carefully. We need first answers for the first and the second question, or the third or the fourth in the order of the exam. Which of the following could be the best title for the above text? We spoke about the life of Bill Gates, but it is not the most important thing, it is not the theme which is present along the text. We spoke about going back to school. Did we speak about teaching in the Middle East? If you focus, the best title is World Teachers Day. The second, we need to know the number of children in the world which are not in school today. If you focus on the text, you'll find a paragraph which mention some of these numbers. Let's focus on them. 69 million new teachers, so it has no relation with the number of children. 264 million children in the world today are not in school. So what is the answer? It's so clear. شباب بس اقرأ وركز، والإجابة بالنسبة للأسئلة الاختيارية أمامك تناديك بنفسها. Let's go to the third question. سؤال رقم 5. We need to focus on paragraph 2 to find 2 advantages of having good teachers. So let's go to paragraph 2. Pause the video and read it carefully. So, did you find anything related to the questions? Yes? So, Fred Wright asked him to push himself just a little bit harder. Maybe that's why the founder of Microsoft sometimes slept under his desk in the office instead of going home at work. وطبعا هذا يا شباب صنع منه إنسان ناجح. Let's try to find something else. And Stephens, another teacher, the drama teacher, helped him discover a love of the spotlight when she made the sometimes withdrawn schoolboy the star of the school play. So, شباب بس هنا تحصر الفقرة وتدور الكلمات المرتبطة بالسؤال وتحدد الجملة أو الجملتين أو الثلاثة المرتبطين. And here are the answers. To the next question. From paragraph 3, again it is a specific place in the text, مكان معين، فقرة معينة. We need 2 reasons, سببين, why the UNESCO celebrates the Teachers' Day. Note يا شباب that here, for example, in question 6, there is a reference to the first question. السؤال السادس هذا أو السؤال الرابع أجاب على السؤال الأول في النص اللي هو رقم 4. It's about the Teacher's Day. So we go to paragraph 3, sorry, and we try to know why the UNESCO celebrates the Teacher's Day every year. So you'll find because, and because is used to give a reason. لأن تعطي السبب. Education is a basic human right and every child should have it for free. In addition, إضافة إلى ذلك, UNESCO aims to تريد أن aims to encourage more good people to work as teachers. So these can be, of course, some of the possible answers. Now to the vocabulary part, and we have 2 multiple choice questions, سؤالين اختياريين, and 2 CR questions, سؤالين مقالين. Let's start with the first one. So you must take the message, Salim, I depend on for from your care to drop there on time. Okay, so what is the answer? كيف ما تعرف؟ كيف ما درسناها؟ This is another example of the same type of question. I really appreciate the fact that he always relies on with or from himself. تتذكروا هذا ما وين درسناها يا شباب؟ Yes, it's in your student's book, page 91. There are some verbs that are linked to with, some to on, and some to from. So our verbs are depend and rely, so it is rely, relies on, and depend on. So the answer, of course, is I depend on your care. Yes? عدينا سؤال. Okay, we will do it. So acting in an irritable, acting in an impolite, acting in impractical, or acting in an irresponsible way leads to big numbers of infections among students at school. ما درسناها؟ لا درسناها. وين؟ Your student's book, page 74. كتاب الطالب صفحة 74. In which we learned how to get the opposite of an adjective. كيف نتحصل على نقيض أو ضد صفة معينة. وقسمناهم إلى أنواع فيهم اللي عنده قاعدة معينة, like the adjectives that begin with L, like literate, illiterate, logical, illogical. Those which start with R, regular, irregular, responsible, irresponsible, relevant, irrelevant, and those which start with M or P. So back to our test. What the answer may be? Irresponsible? Yes, it is. To the next task, you are asked to put the words in brackets in the correct form, يعني في الصيغة المناسبة. So here we have weak and similar, which are adjectives, but here we need what? A noun. احنا محتاجين أسماء. And we learned them in, yes, it is in page 77. And some adjectives are attached to NESS and some to ITY, and some are irregular. So let's go back to our example. As a footballer, his main weakness and the similarity between the two friends is incredible. Now to the grammar part, القواعد. And let's start with the first one. Look, Ronaldo is approaching the goal. He scores, or will score, or had scored, or is going to score. المشهد هذا يتكلم على مستقبل قريب، على prediction، استنتاج، based on something you watch or you see، مبني على أدلة. So طبعا احنا درسنا انه we can use will or be going to. Of course had scored ماضي نستثنوها. Scores is about habits and permanent situations، الحاجات اللي متواصلة أو العادات. So what is the answer? Is going to, because it is based on something evident. So نقولوا when you say look شوف الحاجة we have to use is going to. The next example, my father asked me or asked me or will ask me or had asked me to do all the home chores by myself when? Yesterday. Yes, when we have yesterday or last month or in 2010. أي قرينة زمنية تفيد الماضي obliges us to use the past simple, and here it is asked. Now to the constructive questions, الأسئلة المقالية. Let's read the sentences before. I do not have time to drive you to school, and I do not have enough petrol to drop you home. شباب هذه تتكلم على حالة في الحاضر غير واقعة، يعني ليست بصحيحة. يعني هو يريد يقول له لو كان عندي وقت أوصلك المدرسة، لو كان عندي بترول أخذك معايا للبيت. لكن هل هذا ممكن؟ No, because the speaker has not enough time and has not enough petrol. So this is an unreal situation، يعني حالة غير ممكنة، لكن تتكلم على المستقبل يا شباب. We learned that we should use the past simple with if. It's excellent, and which models in the main part would. Excellent. So ايش نقوله في الأولى؟ If I had enough time. لو كان عندي. So if I had enough time. Do not راحت. have تصير ماضي had. enough time تبقى كما هي. I would drive you to school تبقى كما هي. The second, if I had enough petrol, لو كان عندي petrol, I would to راحت. I would drop you home. Here we need to put the verbs in the correct tense. You remember we studied the past perfect and the past simple، وتحدثنا عن ترتيب الأفعال، وقلنا إنه الحدث اللي يصير الأول should be in the past perfect، يعني معاه had. اعمل خط زمني ورتب الأحداث. Like this one. By the time I went into the house، في الوقت اللي وصلت للبيت، one of my friends، the verb leave يعني كان غادر. So it will be had left. The second, by the time أحمد reached the airport، في الوقت اللي أحمد وصل للairport، the plane had departed. يعني أحمد وصل بعد ما الطائرة راحت. So it should be in the past simple. So نصف الجملة اللي فيه by the time لازم يكون في past simple without had، بدون had. نصف الجملة اللي بعد by the time اللي بعد الفاصلة after the comma is with had left or had already left. Now to the writing task. لجزء writing you'll be given two possibilities, two topics موضوعين. You'll choose one. The first one is an argumentative essay. Here about using mobile phones. المثال اللي عنا هنا عن استعمال الهواتف النقالة. So you should plan your essay. تخطط. There will be an introduction, مقدمة, a paragraph for the advantages or the arguments to support, إما الإيجابيات أو الأدلة اللي مع استعمال الموبايلز, and the second against, and of course a conclusion للختام. So this is one example about using mobile phones. You can pause the video and have a look on it and learn some words, expressions and the like. The second topic is to write a story about something bad that happened to you when you were a child. You should talk about the setting and main character, الإطار الزماني والمكاني والشخصيات, the main events, الأحداث الرئيسية, and the problem or the climax you faced, الإشكال العقدة. You should tell us how the problem was solved, كيف تم حل الإشكال, and your feelings and the moral you learned. This is one example. You can again pause the video and enjoy it. Thank you for your attention. Good luck and do your best. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.